Sorry, y'all. Family business. But we're on Broad Street. How we feeling, Smitty, before we kick it off?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling, man. Another Monday, good brother. Another Monday.
Yep.
We need football back.
Yes, we do. And the beauty of it is, it looks like Sis might be on her way. So let's celebrate and count down while I catch my breath. God dang. Woo!
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to Broad Street. Welcome to episode 153. Welcome back to my sister Simone with the sports. Episode 153, training camp edition of Birds of Broad Street with your boy Cool Cat Connor, Smitty Eagle, and the hardest working woman in sports entertainment. I said it. Simone with the sports is back on Broad Street. How you feeling, sis?
Hey y'all, I'm glad to be back. Appreciate y'all holding it down. It's July, it's training camp month. It's time to get serious.
Yep. How we feeling, Smitty?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. You know, waiting for these weeks to pass by so I can see some entertaining substance of the Eagles.
Yep. Salute to everybody. Aaron in the building. E Money in the building. Steve Swift. Daniel. Ready Red in the building. Listen, man, we got the whole crew back together, so make sure y'all subscribe to the Birds of Broad Street channel and help my sister out. She's been hard working with Jalen freaking Hurts, Brandon Graham, all these were sports out here. I'm proud of you, girl. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. All the stuff you've been doing lately, I'm proud of you.
So let's get make a way out here.
Yep. It's hard out here in these streets. I know.
It's hard out in these streets.
It's hard out here. So let's go ahead. Our word of the day is training, because this month training camp officially begins. We're going to preview training camp. We're going to talk about the Kelly Green. But before we do all that, let's get to our first segment of the day, which I like to call the Moan Report, because as you know, like I said, my sister's been hard working and she's been Yes, I did that. Devontae Smith softball game. So let's hear it, Moan. How was it? Talk to us.
It was lit. It was a lot of fun. That was my first time going. I haven't been. I know this is the third year, but this is my first time going. It was a lot of fun. I love seeing, obviously, the guys having fun, all the chemistry, especially after last season when all, the lies and the rumors and the BS was going around about the team having bad energy or the team having bad juju. So it's just good to see the guys in a different environment, just having so much fun being around each other. Some old faces too. Quez Watkins, he was out there. I think he got on base maybe once. It was funny because when Quez was out there, it was just dead silent. Like nobody was booing or nothing, but it was just kind of like a little awkward silence when he went up to bat. So it was good seeing Quez, obviously AJ, Devontae, Isaiah Rogers with the new team. Isaiah Rogers won the home run derby. And then Jalen Hurts pitching pretty much the whole game he pitched. So, just the guys having fun, and then, just not just showing up just to show up and like show face, but just actually participating. Because again, Jalen was pitching the whole time. He didn't have to do that, but he did it for us, the fans. So I'm excited for this season. This was a good little appetizer for what we got going on in September.
Yep, he's met Devontae Smith. How was he?
Devontae was cool. Obviously, Devontae really shy. So I didn't realize. I mean, we know Jalen is shy or like reserved, but I didn't realize how much more shy Devontae Smith was. Like they did some in-game interviews, and when Jalen did his in-game interview, like Jalen was just talking. He was going on and on and on. And then when Devontae did his in-game interview, he was giving one-word answers, which was crazy because, when he be having his media availability, he be giving short answers. But I do think Devontae is really the shy one and not Jalen Hurts. And then also after the game, Jalen Hurts signed over 400 autographs. Like Jalen is a man of the people. He was out there with the fans. Like he spent over an hour just signing autographs, making sure everybody who wanted to get an autograph got an autograph. So QB1, he's ready for the season. He's all about the fans.
Yep. What's your thoughts on the softball game, Smitty?
I was interested, man. I wasn't there, so I just seen the pictures and stuff. So it looked like they enjoyed each other. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they had a good time. It was real fun. I had posted the home run champ. And he retweeted it. I was like, oh man. He actually seen my post. I was a little shocked. But no, it looked like they was having a good time, bro. It looked like they had a good time for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad you had yourself a good time, Moan. I know it was lit out there with a bunch of Eagles fans out there. I'm glad you had yourself a good time.
Yeah, it was lit. Definitely a lot of fun. But definitely something I would want to go back to because, like I said, sometimes when they do like celebrity stuff, they just be playing around, not really, they just be playing around, but they was actually taking it serious. It was a lot of fun, a lot of fan engagement. So yeah, A++ event.
Right. So before we get to some other stuff, I want to do a little recap because back in off season, AJ Brown and Smitty both got their contract extension, and we haven't heard from Sis about it. So here's your chance, Sis. What's your thoughts on the two best wide receivers getting contract extensions?
Well deserved. Especially like I said, coming off last season where there was so many rumors, so many lies being spread about the team, so many lies being spread about the chemistry. It's just so good to know that we have this offense locked up for the long term. We got 3 years with these guys and Saquon. So let's just go ahead and win this Super Bowl. Like I said, I feel like the vibes, I feel like the energy is there. The chemistry is there. It's so good to know that, we have both of those guys locked up. And then we got Saquon locked up, Jalen locked up. So it's exciting. We know that last season was a lot of bougie that was accredited to play calling. And so this year we got the talent, the motivation, the chemistry, and we have a better play caller in place. So I feel like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. What's up, Chiquita?
Yeah, but it looks like the fans miss you, Sis. Well, she's back. She's been busy. I told y'all she's the hardest working woman in sports. She's been busy. I mean, look at the glow. Look at the glow. You don't have to look at the glow. Look at the glow. That's all y'all need to know. Look at the glow. Just look at her. If that don't tell you busy, I don't know what to tell y'all. Look at the glow. That's all you need to know. That's all y'all need to know. So the Kelly Greens is coming back this year, And the two games that they announced is Week 9 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Week 17 versus them little boys. I missed that line. Them little boys, Week 17. So, sis, what's your thoughts on the Kelly Green coming back?
I'm glad it's back. Obviously, I feel like wearing them against Dallas, I love it. Last season we didn't wear it against any division opponents. We're gonna have that aura, we're gonna have them vibes, against. Didn't we go undefeated in Kelly Greens?
2-0.
2-0 in Kelly Greens. It was Miami. Who was the other game? Was it the Bills?
It was Miami and Buffalo.
And two exciting games. Two of our most exciting games last season came in them Kelly Greens. So this is the year where we need to go ahead and sweep the little boys. So we got them lucky Kelly Greens on. The game gonna be lit. December. Hopefully the game doesn't mean anything. Hopefully we got G locked up by then. But I just feel like that game is just gonna have so much aura. We're gonna be in the throwbacks. I really wish we could wear the throwbacks more than twice a year, but only having two does make it sweeter, a little bit more special. So I'm excited. I like it. Glad we got that out the way so we know which games we need to pull up to.
Ready said, "Cool cat, you sound hella set." Of course, I'm going to be at that game. It's special because I always go to the Dallas Cowboys game every year at the Link. But the fact that it's my first ever Kelly Green game, please, y'all know I'm going to be turned up that game. So go ahead, Smitty.
No, I'm glad Darius Slay was wrong when he said we wasn't gonna have Kelly Greens, because I was like, there's no way we brought it out and then we was gonna take it back. So I'm glad. I think the Dallas game is definitely gonna be interesting since we are undefeated so far in the Kelly Greens. Hopefully by then we still undefeated in the Kelly Greens. It's kind of interesting that Doug was here. He never got to wear the Kelly Greens, and now he got to come here and see us wear. It's gonna be interesting to get a win on Doug in the Kelly Greens. But I do want that sweep though. I do want that sweep for sure.
I want that sweep too. I need that sweep more than y'all can ever know. So we got to handle business in Dallas and then let them suffer down here in Philly. They got us to. So we talked about this last night on Broad Street Aftermath about that bullshit of a list that happened. So we're going to talk about it because I want to hear from Seth. So they had a top 10 office on the NFL. Luckily for y'all, I got the list right here. The first number one is 49ers. Number 2 is Kansas City Chiefs. Number 3, the Detroit Lions. This is on NFL.com, by the way. Number 4 is the Rams. Number 5 is the Bengals. Number 6, Miami Dolphins. Number 7, Green Bay. Number 8, the Bills. Number 9, the Houston Texans. And number 10, the Colts. And the teams that just missed, Baltimore Ravens, the boys, your Philadelphia Eagles, Los Angeles Chargers, and New York Jets. So, Moan, what's your thoughts?
I definitely feel like we should be top 10. Can you scroll up? I need to see the top 10 again. But their reasoning for not putting us in the top 10 is the play calling. I feel like how the Colts in the top 10, they quarterback coming off a season-ending injury. Like, that's a bigger question mark than Kellen Moore, who's already proven to have offenses in the top 3. Than Richardson coming back off a season-ending rookie season-ending injury. So I feel like we should at least be 10. And how are the Texans so low? Texans at 9?
Yep.
That's crazy. Bills, Packers. I can see the Packers on they loaded up. Dolphins. Okay, fine. Bengals, yeah. Rams, okay.
Yep.
Lions, of course, the Chiefs.
And the 49ers.
And the 49ers. I'm mad. I feel like we should at least be 10. At least. If it was on the bubble, we at least 10. We added Saquon and we got a real play caller. Like, that don't make no sense to have the Colts ahead of us when they got the bigger question mark in Anthony Richardson.
Exactly. Go ahead, Smitty.
And then the Texans are so low. How did Texans so low?
Simone being
they're
nice right now. Simone being nice. She like, we should be 10. We should be 10. They gave us 5 last year with Brian Johnson and no Saquon.
We should at least be 10.
Yep.
That's just to be nice. We should be. She just saying we should be on the list.
This was their rankings last year in 2023. It was San Fran.
Yeah, they got a 7 with Brian Johnson and Quiz.
Yep. They had
They
a
didn't
7.
know how bad Brian and them was gonna be.
They used Jalen Hurts' own comment against him, so I can't really be mad at the list. They used the 95% thing against him. If you look at it, they say it in the description of Just Missed. It says Jalen Hurts stated is 95%.
Offensive execution takes time, and Jalen Hurts just said 95% of the offense is new under Kellen Moore. Yep.
So they kind of use his own descriptor to the disadvantage, but it's cool. I mean, they ain't want to put us in the 10. That's fine. That's fine. We'll be somewhere in the top at the end of the season. I guarantee you that. I promise you that.
Exactly. What up, King? What up, Daniel? Ready Red said, I'm not even going to read. Kellen, y'all going to see.
That photo with all that back head? If Jordan had been on the Dallas Mavs, what is that back head? What is all that head in the back? Is that a mix of Jordan and
that's that funny haircut? The shag, or whatever it's called. You know, that's the Dallas haircut. They get it like cut low up here, but they leave the back like a fro.
Man, Jordan really do look like Anthony Edwards, because that look just like a mix of Anthony Edwards and Michael Jordan. What up, Take 215?
What up? What up, everybody? Salute to everybody, man. But yeah, this list, let's see. Kellen never utilized Dak's legs, so y'all gonna find yourself missing an important part of Jalen's game. Okay.
You sound like a hater.
But I remember him using Dak legs, and then Dak went and got his leg ripped in half, and then the offense changed. I mean, I remember that completely because he used to be an RPO quarterback when he first came into the league. You could look at the numbers. His first few years, he was averaging like 200 to 300 yards a season, and then it went down to like 60, 70, 80, 100. Like, so I mean, he was an RPO quarterback when he first got here. Kellen and him probably just didn't feel comfortable running them more because he got hurt on the run. Yeah. I think we're gonna be all right. I think Kellen and Jalen gonna create something nice, man.
Yeah. By the way, let me hear from Moan about this bullshit of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts beefing and his leadership. What's your thoughts on all that, Moan?
Who said they was beefing?
All because of Jalen Hurts was a reporter was asking Jalen Hurts about Nick Sirianni. The same time he talked about the 95%, and they 94 WIP, and a bunch of people twisted it.
I don't believe none of that bullshit.
At the end of the day,
people be picking and choosing and overanalyzing and looking too deep into facial expressions, looking too deep into somebody's words. At the end, what's up, Miss Ash?
With the $5 super chat, yeah. What's up, everybody? And get the likes up on my sister family, y'all.
Make a story and make a narrative. At the end of the day, Nick Sirianni is back. Jalen is looking happy as that man has ever looked. I've seen him look joyous. Okay, we got all the players locked up. If there was some problem, if there was some beef, we wouldn't have been able to have the free agency that we had. None of that. So I don't see any problem with Jalen and Nick Sirianni.
Exactly. What's your thoughts, Smitty?
But they asked the man, how is he doing at his new job? And Jalen just looked at him like he's still the head coach. His job didn't really change. Like, what did they expect Jalen to say? Like, it's been like 3 weeks since the man changed jobs, and he was supposed to be like, "Oh, he's doing great. He's changed it up. He has a new routine." If they had asked him this like week 6, week 7, and he had answered in the same manner, maybe you have an issue with the response if he didn't know what Nick Sirianni was doing, that far into the season or whatever. But it's been like 3 weeks of OTA and minicamp. Like, he hasn't really done anything different yet. He hasn't really set into a routine yet. I mean, it takes 21 days to create a habit. That man ain't had 21 days to really figure out his job yet. I mean, I didn't see a problem with it. Maybe he could have endorsed him and be like, "Oh, he's doing a great job." He could have did all the the dog and pony show. But he was just real. He was just like, "Man, I don't know really. I mean, it ain't changed yet. Sirianni and Sirianni, we got our own relationship. He ain't dealt with me no different than he dealt with me before. Maybe that didn't change."
Exactly. Same old media with the same old bullshit. So ain't nothing new with that. So let's go ahead and let's preview training camp. So as we said, 22 to 21 days till training camp. How we feeling as we get close to training camp, Moan? How we feeling?
I'm feeling good, especially after OTAs. I feel like we kind of learned a lot from OTAs. It's gonna be some spicy battles. So I feel like this training camp is gonna be a legit movie. It's gonna be lit at camp. We're gonna learn a lot. I feel like at the last couple of training camps, we kind of knew who was gonna be where going into the season, but there's just so many questions. So many spots to fill, so many opportunities for a dog to rise up. So I feel like this training camp is going to be exciting.
Yep. Smitty?
Yeah, I think training camp is definitely going to be interesting. Like, you got some guys that probably got a very bad taste in their mouth from the 1-6, last season. So you're going to see how they come out, what kind of energy they come to the field with, how hard, how serious did they take, the off season and the time. Because just because you by yourself don't mean you ain't got to stay dedicated to the game or whatever, right? So you're going to see some guys. I think Jalen Carter coming out with a vengeance. I think Jordan Davis is ready to prove himself. Devin White, it's his first season here, but I think you're going to hear a lot about him in training camp. I think a lot of the new guys is trying to make a name because they in Philly, man. It's not easy to come here and play. You know what I mean? It's not an easy place to stand up in front of these fans because if you mess up, we on your head. We're gonna talk about you, we're gonna boo you, and then when you make it right, we're gonna love you. So I mean, it's a place where performance is top tier. You know what I mean? We gonna but the training camp, I think it's gonna be a movie. And that's why I was kind of upset the other day. I was like, man, why we don't never get like hard knocks or none of that? Like, I want to see some of this energy in training camp. Like, I would love to see, what I'm saying, us in training camp, but I guess we us as an organization is pretty good, so we don't get those opportunities unless we volunteer. And I think it's gonna be fun though. I wish I could see more than what we gonna see. They ain't gonna put out much, but I think it's gonna be fun.
Yep, I agree. So the biggest, if you guys had to choose a training battle that you can't wait to say, which one is it, Moan? Muted.
I feel like linebacker should be a good one. We're gonna have new linebackers, new starting linebackers. So we need some dogs to come up. That's gonna be a fierce battle. That's gonna be a good one. Zach Bond obviously showing a lot at OTAs and the early practices, and then of course, corner, because we got a whole bunch of them guys. We can't keep them all. So it's going to be good to see, different rotations. We got a lot of guys who can play a lot of different positions, the defensive backs. So I feel like the cornerback is going to be spicy. It's going to be tough because we have young guys like Ringo, who showed some promise last season, but we loaded up that room. We loaded it up. So it's going to be a bloodbath there. And then, of course, that linebacker, obviously, Devin White, a heavy favorite. But besides Devin White, who's going to be starting with him? We're going to have two new starting linebackers. So I feel like those are the two that I'm looking at the most. Wide receiver 3 is going to be interesting as well. Drafted some guys, signed some guys. We definitely need a reliable wide receiver 3. So that's going to be a good one. I feel like for me, the order of most excitement, I feel like corner, linebacker. Actually, I feel like linebacker 1 is number 1 for me because, again, 2 new linebackers. Cornerback, we have the favorites in that race already, of course, with Quinyon and with Isaiah Rodgers, and then wide receiver 3.
Yep. Smitty?
You said
Battles.
position. Probably right guard. Running back 2. Tight end 2 might be interesting because you got 2 guys that really didn't get to prove themselves last year on their one was on our team, but partially. Alberto and CJ Uzama. I think they both gonna get an opportunity to prove themselves and fight it out for tight end 2 because Kellen Moore does like a 2 tight end system. So one of those guys gonna have to prove themselves to get on the field. Listen, I'm kind of interested to see if Reed Blankenship is still the starter when the season kick off. To be honest, I mean, I think he could be in one of those battles as well. I'm not 100% sure it'll happen, but I think it could. You know, you got some guys back there that could push him. Sidney Brown, Cooper DeJean, and I think I heard Avonte Maddox was playing back there, but I don't know if they'll put Avonte Maddox as the starter. Moan said linebacker. Might be the DN too. I think that second DN, Josh Sweat, I think he might be on the fire if Nolan Smith come in and he on all cylinders. I think Josh Sweat could end up in the rotation with BG. Possible that it could be Bryce Huff and Nolan Smith coming off the edge week 1.
Yeah, I agree. If I have to choose, there's a lot because linebackers is 1, wide receiver 3. We'll talk about all that. Wide receiver 3, the tight end because we still got Grant Calcaterra, Opeta, and Goddard, and running back 2 as well because we got Will Shapley and Kenneth Gainwell. So biggest question going into training camp, if you got to choose the biggest question, Mo.
Biggest question? Biggest question. Because we got a lot of questions. So I don't know which one to rank the biggest. I guess I would say linebacker because we gonna have 3 new linebackers. We're gonna have new starting linebackers. I feel like safety, we already know CJ and somebody. Reed obviously being the front runner there just from his experience last season and his experience playing with CJ, but still a question at who's going to be the number 2 safety, still a question there. Cornerback, obviously we have Slay and then we have some front runners with Quinyon and the way Isaiah Rodgers was playing at OTAs. So I feel like the biggest question is linebacker because that's the only spot where we going to have brand new starters from last year.
Smitty?
Well, it's possible one of the starters could be repeating. Hopefully N'Kobe Dean again. Hopefully. Biggest question though.
Because like Mo said, we got lots of questions. So whichever one you can choose.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta be Cam Jurgens then, right? He taking over for a Hall of Famer. I mean, he got to be the biggest question on the offensive line as far as I'm looking at right now. He hasn't played any snaps at center for us in a significant role. So I would say it had to be Cam. He taking over for Kelsey, bro. Like, Kelsey brought a lot to this team. And you stepping in the role for his shoes, them some size 25. Man, I wouldn't want to put my feet in them. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna say Cam Jurgens though. I gotta say it's Cam. He just got a big role to fill. That's like if you had to take the quarterback off the offense, I think the center is probably the most important piece after that. You know what I mean? Like he got a big role. Everything go through him. everything go through the center. The ball is hyped through him. He calling the defensive fronts. I think it would have to be Cam Jurgens for me.
Yeah, I would have to go tight end because outside of Grant Calcator, Opeta, and Goddard, if one of them goes down, especially Goddard, somebody has to step up because we know how our offense is without him. So if I have to choose, I have to choose tight end room because we got to know who's gonna, back up Dallas Goddard. So let's go position by position and preview these team positions. First, Moan, the QB room. We got Jalen freaking Hurts. We got Kenny Pickett, and we got McKinney. So what's your thoughts on that room?
Good little room. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is his room. Tanner McKee showed a lot, last season in practices and in camps. So it'll be a little competition there at quarterback too, but I feel like it's going to be Kenny Pickett and then Tanner McKee. Obviously, Kenny Pickett having way more experience, having experience starting as well. But just praying Jalen Hurts stay healthy because I don't want to see Tanner and I don't want to see Kenny Pickett.
Exactly. Smitty?
I'm with Mo. I second that. Jalen just stay healthy.
Please.
Neither the other two that's on the bench play. And D Shift, I do not have Kelsey concerns. They asked me what's the biggest question. I couldn't. Simone had already picked like 3 positions. I was just trying to go different, man. I was just trying to give a different perspective to y'all, man. But I probably would have went linebacker too.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. EJ Jenkins will steal that tight end 2 spot.
That'd be fire.
That would be fire. Let me see. Hopefully Steen can replace Cam at tackle. Also a question.
I don't know if I think listen, I got a weird feeling that Steen ain't gonna be playing week 1. I think it's gonna be that big guy, man. Mekhi Beckman.
Yeah,
that'd be nasty, bro. 265 plus 335 right side offensive lineman. Jesus Christ, Saquon gonna have a field day.
Yes, he will. Let's see. Man, Kelsey set so much up at the line for Jalen, and he don't have. Okay. Smitty, running back room. We got Saquon Barkley, we got Will Shapley, and we got Kenneth Gainwell. What's your thoughts on the running back room?
I mean, obviously Saquon running back 1. I think it comes down to the depth in that room. You got Kendall at running back 4. I think it's just gonna come down to if people can figure it out and get it together. I think it could be interesting though. I wanna see if Kenny Gainwell is running back 2 or Will Shipley's running back 2. I think that's where most of your battle gonna come in at. If Kendall from Georgia can make the roster, I just want to see what it looks like at the end. But I think right now it's a decent running back room.
Mo?
Yeah, I like the running back room. Obviously, Saquon, big dog, Will Shipley, and Kenny Gainwell gonna go at it. Obviously, Kenny Gainwell been with the team, been with the offense, so he's gonna have that leg up. But what we got, Will, fourth round pick in Will Shipley. So this is somebody we bringing in to compete. Was a dog in the ACC, the best conference in college football, period. So we cannot sleep on Will. So I feel like that's going to be a good little spicy battle. We didn't bring Will in here to just rock. So Kenny Gainwell, that was a little light flicker, a little Wayne flicker up under him. Everybody, it ain't nothing safe. Like obviously Jalen, Dallas, AJ, Smitty, Dallas, they all safe. Saquon. Everybody else, Darius Slay and CJ. All these other boys is fighting for some shit. So like camp gonna be a movie because again, we got that little battle for running back 2, and then they got the guy from Georgia. I think he had back problems at Georgia, and a lot of people were saying he wasn't really very versatile. So we'll see, but running back gonna be spicy too.
Mm-hmm. The wide receiver room, we got AJ, Devontae, we got Paris Campbell, we got Johnny Wilson, we got Aaliyah Smith. The wide receiver room battle is going to be crazy. So what's your thoughts on that room, Mo?
Wide receiver gonna be everything gonna be spicy.
Mm-hmm.
But wide receiver gonna be spicy too. You obviously got AJ and Smitty, but you got Paris Campbell, who is a veteran, played with Nick, even though Nick don't need to be having no type of hands and nothing. But familiar with Nick Sirianni, a veteran, has been productive in the past, but has been injured in the past. So you got Paris, who is the front runner because of his experience. But then we go and draft 2 rookies, Anais and what's the other guy's name?
Johnny.
Yep.
Johnny Wilson. So we get both of those guys. But both guys with a little bit of questions because Anais, when he got drafted, he had an injury. So they were talking about bringing him along slowly. Oh, then we got John Ross too.
Yeah.
So they were talking about bringing Anais along slowly. So I don't know how slow that is or like what's the update on his status, but he's a little bit set back because of that injury. Then they say Johnny Wilson is basically a big fridge, big, but not doesn't use his athleticism so a lot of questions with Johnny, question with Anais with the injury. I really like Anais though. I like Paris. You got John Ross. John Ross hasn't played in so long though. So he's a question mark. Wide receiver 3 is looking like it's wide open. I do feel like Johnny Wilson is in the back of that running. But yeah, John Ross, veteran, but hasn't played in forever. Paris Campbell, veteran, productive, but has been battling injuries. Anais, young dog, but that question mark with the injury he's coming in with. So wide receiver 3 is going to be a question. We're going to need wide receiver 3, whomever he is, to be a dog and to show up because this is a time for us to try to win a Super Bowl. So we can't be playing around. We need somebody reliable. Really wish, obviously, we didn't play in Olamide Zaccheaus' face. But we need somebody to come in here and be reliable.
Yeah. Do y'all think Wilson will play?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
I think he's gonna play red zone. I mean, he's 6'7", bro. He's the second tallest receiver ever in the NFL. Jigga, he don't got brick hands. When he jumping over somebody, he got brick hands. He got the brick hands when he wide open. When you try to throw it to him down the sideline, I watched him for 4 years at Florida State. That boy can't catch nothing wide open. You put 6 people on him and tell him to go up top, he gonna catch the ball. You tell him to catch it wide open, he gonna drop it every time. That boy is Jesus Christ. And yeah, his athleticism, I don't know. I think he uses it sometimes. He don't use it sometimes. He remind me of like what's the dude from the Panthers? The big wide receiver that came from Florida, Kelvin Benjamin. He remind me of like Kelvin Benjamin. Like he can be explosive, but he do it when he wants to. But I think the wide receiver 3. I think it's a fight right now between Paris Campbell and Ross. I honestly do. I think those are the 2 that's fighting it out right now. Anais with the strain fracture in his foot, stress fracture in his foot. I don't know where he's at as far as getting back on the field. He didn't do any OTAs. He didn't do any mini camps. So I don't know if he's going to be available when training camp starts. So I think he's kind of the question mark as far as what he'll be doing this year. If anything, I think he can. I think he's going to get in there and he probably will play a lot of kick return for us, special team.
Tight end room, we got Dallas Goedert, Opeta, and
Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I know. I said Dallas
Grant
Goddard.
Calcaterra,
Yeah,
CJ
Grant Cal-
Uzama,
Yeah.
Albert O, and EJ
Yep.
Jenkins.
Yeah. Thanks, Smitty. What's your thoughts on the tight end room?
It's kind of underwhelming, very much so. Outside of Dallas Goddard, I don't know who is going to be productive. CJ Uzama hasn't been productive in the last 2 years since he left Cincinnati. Albert O kind of was productive with Denver, but not really. And then EJ Jenkins is as unknown. Grant Calcaterra can't stay away from concussion. So I just don't know who we have left outside of Dallas Goddard. So maybe Johnny Wilson might have him a spot. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mo?
Yeah, I could see us experimenting with big old John and Appleseed at tight end, but I agree. I feel like tight end is outside of Dallas Goddard. It's a big question mark at tight end too. So that's gonna be another battle. Obviously, Grant Calcaterra has the leg up. But we gave Albert O that contract, one of the first people we gave a contract to. So it's gonna be a question mark. Probably gonna be an underwhelming position unless somebody surprises us. And then two, we know Dallas Goddard is good for an injury every season, unfortunately. So we need somebody to surprise us at tight end because we might need to pull up from that depth chart at some point in the season.
Offensive lineman, Stoutland University, Lane, Jordan Mailata, Leonard Dickerson, Cam Jurgen, Tyler Steen. What's your thoughts on the offensive line, Mo?
It's do or die for the line. They gotta do or we gonna die. Got some shuffling in there. Really like getting Mekhi Becton, and we've been hearing a lot of great things about him since he's been here. Been hearing a lot of good things at OTAs and from Stout and stuff. So good pickup. We drafted some linemen. Got the guy out of Michigan. Cam Jerk is just going to it's do or die. Like it's not a situation where we have guys that can battle it out. It's Cam or nothing. So Cam gonna have to ball. He gonna have to be good. Like, cause what else we got?
Yep. What up, Stu? What's good, everybody? Hopefully,
What up,
Moon
Stu?
in the building. Yep. Go ahead, Smitty.
So I can only we could say 4 spots are locked up right now. Right guard is probably the only spot that's actually open. That's actually open to competition. I think it is Tyler Steen's spot to lose, but Mekhi Becton played some good guard with Landon Dickerson being gone for the time he was gone. They really liked what they seen out of Mekhi Becton. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if some of these guys that we drafted, some of these guys we brought in, give a little fight at right guard. I mean, if Stoutland put you on the field, I'm gonna be 100% okay with it. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see who can pull out. Man, Stoutland, you always come out on top. So I think we're gonna do. Hope we don't die.
Exactly. Let's get to the defense side of the ball. Corners, Moan. We got Slay. We got Bradbury. We got Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJong. The corner room is stacked. What's your thoughts on the corners?
I love it. After some underwhelming cornerback play last year, I feel like we went all in on our DBs, and that's what we needed to do. We needed to do load that room up with some talent, and that's what we did. Seen some great things out of the guys at OTAs. Like I said, Isaiah Rogers was balling. He was looking great at OTAs, but we still have camp coming up. I feel like it's gonna be Slay and Quinyon or Isaiah Rogers. It's thick. A lot of guys they ain't gonna make the cut. We got a lot of guys in there. At safety, of course, I'm excited to see what we do there. Like Smitty was saying earlier, it might not be what's his name?
Reed.
it might not be Reed's spot that he just gonna walk up and sit in. Like they gotta battle out them positions. I feel like it's gonna be CJ GJ and somebody else, but it's not a guarantee it's gonna be Reed. I saw today Sidney Brown was talking about he's ready to go, he's healthy, he's feeling great. So Sidney Brown is gonna be back battling, back in the mix. Cooper DeJean, I'm excited to see how we use him. Slide, safety, what we're gonna do there. But it's gonna be a movie in the defensive back room because we got hella guys there.
Yep. Smitty, corners, and safeties.
So I think Moan named the starting three for me. I think it's gonna be Slade Quinion and Isaiah. Isaiah already professed multiple times he's not going inside. He's an outside guy. So I think that's the perfect replacement for Bradbury. Um, but I think like the guys that's gonna really be battling is gonna be the depth. It's so many guys in this room. It's gonna be hard to just cut guys, man, because you got Ringo, you got Ricks, McPherson, Tyler Hall, Avante Maddox. You got a lot of guys fighting for a spot on a roster that's really restructuring itself after a fall off that they didn't like last year. So it's gonna be guys that's not gonna be here when the season starts. Um, but we brought in a lot more talent. I feel like Howie Roseman took it very serious what he seen in the DB room last year. He didn't like it. He went and replaced a lot of guys. A lot of guys' jobs was on the line. It's nobody here that's safe. Avante Maddox to me is doing everything he can to keep a spot at this point, right? He's willing to play safety. I'm willing to play corner. I think right now if they told him he had to go play linebacker, he might try to put on some weight and do that too. But it's a deep room, man. It's a lot of people. Sidney Brown, obviously, I seen that report Mo was talking about. He said he's healthy. He's gonna be ready for camp. He's hoping to be even better than he was when the season starts. So it's a lot of competition in this room. So I think we turned a liability into a strength since the season ended.
Yep. Linebackers, Smitty, we got some questions on that position. So what's your thoughts on the linebackers room?
Honest to God truth, I think that's probably where we still need help at. I don't got high hopes on Oren Burks. I know we got the guy from the Colts, Jabari Okore. We got Zach Bond, Devin White, N'Kobe Dean. I don't know, like outside of those first three guys, Zach Bond, who I've seen him play at the Saints, he kind of versatile. He can do a little bit of both. I don't think he'll be as much of a stand-up linebacker as the other two. I think he'll be a mix of edge rusher and stand-up linebacker. But I watched Vic Fangio. I think this is his new thing. He likes to get guys like the guy from Miami. I can't think of his name right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But he went down there. He pulled him in, who was originally a stand-up linebacker, and he turned him into a multi-position linebacker where he had him rushing the passer in the three-point stance with his hand in the dirt. He also had him in coverage. I think Zach Bond might not even be counted as a linebacker in my opinion. I think we still might need a little help. I don't think we got enough depth that you can count on to step in because last year when we went through that roller coaster of injuries at linebacker and we just started throwing everybody in there and then we went and got the dude from the Colts with the bad back and threw him in there and still didn't get no better. I don't know right now if I'm 100% safe with what we got. I think we might need to go get somebody else, but I really don't see nobody out there. But Howie Roseman to make it happen.
Mo?
Yeah, linebacker like tight end. Outside of Devin White, definitely is a question mark. N'Kobe Dean obviously coming into OTAs injured. Zach Bond was popping off early at OTAs with him gone, but linebacker is not a spot where, again, I feel like we all on the same page about this being a Super Bowl. We try and go to Super Bowl run. You know what I'm saying? We can't afford to have that sore spot in the middle. We can't. So hopefully this is Vic Fangio spoke so highly of, the linebacker room. So training camp, we're gonna have to see it. We're gonna have to see it. We can't have that sore spot. I mean, and on every team, it's gonna be a sore spot somewhere. But we need Devin White back in that Pro Bowl form. We need Nakobe Dean to boss up and gauze up. You know what I'm saying? Wrap up them injuries, bandage up, and boss up. Zach Bond, wherever he end up. We just need some ballers there. I saw some people saying, should we bring back Zach Cunningham? I wouldn't be mad at bringing back Zach Cunningham to compete at linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Shaq, bad back, Leonard. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah. So defense, our D line, we got Sweat, we got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, BG. We got a lot of pieces on the D line, especially with Fletch retiring. So, Moan, your thoughts on the D line?
D line look good. Obviously losing Fletch, who was, you know what I'm saying, that motor was running last season, even though he was on the brink of retirement. You know, he was productive last season. And, you know, Jalen and Jordan is like we talked about, do or die. It's do or die. Jordan Davis, he was talking earlier about it ain't nobody. Fletch is gone. Like, it ain't nobody to fall back on or rely on. It's up to me and Jalen. So it's just good to know that, you know, we're all on the same page. Like, it's time. You're coming into your third season. Rookie season is done with Jalen Carter. Top 10 picks with both of y'all. Like, it's time to produce. Bring out that Georgia Bulldog. Not that Georgia Bull. The Georgia Bulldog. We need the dogs to come out. We drafted all them Georgia boys. You know what I'm saying? We was the Philly dogs. You know what I'm saying? Now it's we need to see them dogs from them boys. Kobe Dean too. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to know that Jordan Davis has that mindset of like, and I feel like Jordan Davis was good last season, but he wasn't satisfied. Jalen Carter wasn't satisfied with the way he played last season, even though he had a great rookie season. So I just feel like the guys are motivated. They're fired up. With Fletch being gone, that's like a depth piece we're missing. So Bryce Huff as well. Bryce Huff was good with the Jets. He's gonna be getting more snaps here. We're gonna need him to, have that endurance, get more snaps here. I'm excited about Bryce Huff. But again, big shoes to fill with Hassan being gone and Bryce Huff being a little bit different, being more like, your DN and not just your straight up pass rusher. But we got some questions. We lost Fletch, we lost Hassan. I feel confident with the replacements, but we're gonna have to see that G.
Yes, we do. Smitty?
Well, I know for sure my boy Jordan Davis is taking it very, very serious. He went out and hired a nutritionist. And I think, listen, I'm not 100% sure, but I think last year, whatever happened with Jordan Davis down that stretch, huh?
My bad. I had forgot all about Nolan Smith, which is terrible that I forgot all about his ass, which is terrible. Nolan, yeah.
Well, it's only year 2. I ain't too mad at him.
I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just saying, y'all.
He got to
like Jalen said, rent due. I'm not mad at nobody. Y'all here.
Brandon Graham ain't here to put in no work, so y'all got to step the hell up.
Yeah, I'm not mad at nobody. All I'm saying is
for the goodbyes and the flowers. That's what he is. Brandon Graham finna do the good.
Right. So Nolan Smith, yeah, the Georgia boys is on the clock. Nolan on the clock. Jalen, Jordan, we need y'all on the clock. Nakobe Dean on the clock. Y'all all on the clock. That's all I'm saying.
Jordan Davis, I need a dynamic season from you. I ain't gonna lie. The Jalen Carter, I need you to improve. Nakobe Dean, I need you to stay on the field. Out of the Georgia boys, it's kind of bad too, right? Because like the two that we kind of was like, because like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, we had more hope for, right? And we was kind of like, all right, well, Jalen, Nolan Smith got time to grow. I think he's getting thrown in the fire a lot sooner than us as Philly fans assumed he would. He gonna play a big role in this defensive line, and I think we in good hands though. Like with Clint Hurt coming in here, I think he gonna come in and demand some respect. He's a no nonsense type of guy. I think he's going to be a good rotation. I think last year, I was saying before Moan went in for Nolan Smith. I think whatever happened last year with the strength and conditioning coach getting fired had something to do with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter looking gassed after 12 weeks. Because as soon as the season was over, we fired them so quietly and hired new people. It had something to do with it because them boys looked like they didn't have no legs coming into the final stretch of the season. And I'm hoping, everybody took it serious. Those guys got to take big steps. Hopefully they willing to take it serious. And if they take it serious, I got no doubt that Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, Bryce Huff, any of those guys, I don't know why I said Bryce Huff. Any of those Georgia guys can step up. And I really think, to be honest though, like I wanted Hassan here. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? When I look at my defensive line, yes, I wanted Hassan here. But I think Bryce Huff is suffice to take that spot and to, be as dominant as he was, if not more. I kind of like what I see out of Bryce Huff when I look at the tape. But we also got to look at he was a sparing third down, second down and long type pass rusher. So we're gonna see what it's like when he get into those 700 snap counts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
803 Hitman said it best. The talent is there. It just need to show up and translate.
Exactly. Before we get to coaches, Twiz Sticker says, who has the bigger year? Kendall, Kenneth Gainwell, or Nolan Smith?
Oh, he
Is he
said
talking
Kendall.
about Gainwell?
He said Kendall or Nolan.
Kendall who?
Kendall who?
Because the only Kendall I know right now is the backup running back. He fourth on the depth chart.
Milton. I know he ain't talking about no Kendall Milton. Who you talking about?
Couldn't be.
We need some clarity. Somebody said Jenner. I'm dead. Wait, what is this? Oh, just give them dogs some snaps. Okay, Raheem. But yeah, I forgot all about Jalix Hunt too. He is very intriguing. Somebody who do all kinds of stuff, apparently. Kendall Milton. Now, why would Kendall Milton have some type of what he say? Who has Nolan? If Kendall Milton is having a bigger year than Nolan, then we got a problem.
Big problem. Big problem.
Now, why is anybody looking at Kendall Milton to do anything?
Listen, I hope he made the roster. That means if he made the roster, that means I don't think Kenny G made the roster. So I mean.
But yeah, Nolan. If Kendall Milton is popping out more than Nolan Smith, then Philly, we have a problem. Because that means Nolan Smith ain't doing shit.
You got a bigger problem because that means Will Shipley didn't make it either.
Right. If Kendall Milton,
that means we drafted a running back and he ain't doing nothing. Jesus, we in
if
trouble.
Kendall Milton is having a big year, that means Will Shipley was a waste of a draft pick. Or that means Saquon got hurt and Will and Kendall had to step up and Gainwell got. It's just so many bad scenarios to where Kendall Milton would be balling.
My only concern with Nolan though is the shoulder. Is he cool off the shoulder now? If his shoulder back healthy, I'm cool. I think he'll have a good season. I mean, just making sure that shoulder good because he got hurt. What didn't he hurt that shoulder twice last year, if I'm not mistaken. And then BG said he dealt with the shoulder all year. So hopefully the shoulder's good.
But yeah, like somebody said, I feel like everybody has the potential. Everybody has the potential to pop off and be big. We just need to see it. Like everybody got the tools. Now go build that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what we need to see. Like, I don't have any doubts when it comes to anybody.
Right.
Y'all got the tools, and we got the tools. Y'all just got to use them. Right. That's what we're gonna see. Who gonna use their tools?
Exactly. Coaches. Let's go to all three coaches. We got Kellen Moore. Moan, what's your thoughts on him going into training camp in the season?
Thoughts gotta be good for everybody. We gotta have some good positive thoughts. Like Kellen Moore, everybody. It don't matter who. everybody got bad coaching film. Everybody got bad coaching tape. It ain't no perfect coach out here. End of the day, Kellen Moore took that team top offense. Dallas, the little boys had multiple years where they was top 5, top 3 in offense with Kellen Moore. We got all them same pieces that they had, but better. Running back better, receivers better, quarterback better, O-line better than what Kellen had when he was with the little boys. Plus, the little boys gonna say all that bullshit. Oh, y'all don't want Kellen. Y'all was losing with and without Kellen. Kellen Moore hasn't been y'all coach since for the last 40 years, and y'all been losing for 40 years. So they can't put everything on Kellen Moore. What was the other problems then? Okay. So I'm fine with Kellen Moore. Anything is better than piss poor, which is what we had last year. As long as he got half a functioning play calling brain with all this talent, we gonna be fine. As long as he ain't a vegetable, we gonna be fine. As long as he is 10% better than that bullshit we had last season, we gonna be fine.
Yep. Smitty?
Yeah, Kellen Moore definitely gonna be all right. Yeah, all the Cowboy fans, you whatever. Hate all you want, whatever. Listen, Kellen Moore has better receivers than he's had in his career. Probably, I don't know if you want to say Zeke is whatever. Zeke and you could say they can argue Zeke, Saquon if they want to. But they've never had AJ, Devontae, Jalen. I think to me, Kellen Moore is going to be a kid in the candy store. He's going to be calling up all types of crazy stuff. He's going to be trying teams. He gonna have his chest out. He gonna be out there doing some things, man. I think we are going to see the Kellen Moore that the Cowboys always wanted to see. And that's just my honest opinion. I think he's gonna be good. I think obviously you get older, you learn from your lessons. I mean, they want to say whatever they want to say, but that was his first job. I mean, he was there for years. He progressed every year he was there. And no matter how they want to look at it, that 2 best seasons came with Kellen Moore. I mean, they were top of the line seasons. They don't want to say Kellen's gonna be good because that means Jalen got to be good, and that means the Eagles got to be good. So you know what that means? They got swept. My bad.
Exactly. And for me, all I gotta say is the Cowboys, y'all going all in.
Opportunity.
Pardon me for a
these young
second.
people, whether it's the draft, coming in here without having, which we've done at times in the past when we obviously brought in a Cooks and bring in a Gilmore. It makes it hard for some of these guys to come in and play and beat those guys out. Obviously, there's going to be some opportunity. And, we do have some guys who didn't play for us last year. An Overshown, a John Stevens, who was on his way to making this team before he tore his ACL. You have a Diggs who you didn't get to play. You didn't see play but a couple of games last year, so we're going to have him back. So there's a lot of different moving parts that we didn't have that were a part of this team in addition to the draft. And, of course, when we make these draft picks, they're going to.
So I ain't worried about them little boys. They got some Malik Hooker and Micah Parsons, and according to reports, CD Lamb's going to hold out, and he might want to be traded, and they can't pay Dak, and they can't pay Micah, and Mike McCarthy's on a 1-year deal, so I ain't worried about them little boys. So, Smitty, Vic Fangio.
I mean, we've obviously been running the Vic Fangio scheme for 3 years now, 4 years, 3 years, however long. So I think it's gonna look better. I think he's in a great position where he had an opportunity to go get some guys that he wanted on his team. Obviously, a Cooper DeJean, obviously Jalix Hunt. He probably wanted a C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He brought in some guy, Devin White. These guys are probably all guys that Vic Fangio feel like fit in his defense. He was able to bring in his position coaches, a few of his own, a few that, he knew from around the league with some type of prestige to their name. And I think he's sitting in a good spot right now with what he has on the table. And, obviously Howie Roseman did everything in his nature to be able to bring in all the talent he could to make sure, everything Vic Fangio need is there. That's one guy I'm pretty much sure is going to ride it out here till his contract is done and he's over. I don't think he's looking for a head coaching job or another DC job. He came to Philly because he wanted to be home. And I think, he's going to be comfortable, man. I think he's going to adjust the scheme a little bit this year. I don't think we're going to see as much of the natural Vic Fangio scheme as we usually have. I think he's going to add a little bit because he brought in some guys that, have their own regimen. If you notice, he brought in 2 defensive coordinators as position coaches. One actual DC coach and one that turned down a DC job to come. So I think we're gonna be all right, man. I think he's willing to be the best version of this that we've seen because all the other versions were decent. I ain't gonna say they was bad because we went to the Super Bowl off one of them. So hopefully we can see better than what Jonathan Gannon did and Sean Desai. That'd be nice.
Mo?
I'm excited for Vic. I love the no nonsense. Because we need somebody to come in here with that big foot now. Obviously a veteran, has so much respect in the league. And a no nonsense guy. You hear so many people talking about Vic Fangio coming in and is no nonsense, putting his foot down. Let's do this, let's run it up. I know some of the players on the Dolphins or whatever wasn't feeling him, but from what I heard is because them dudes wasn't trying to work or do no work. So I love the move. We needed a veteran play caller. We have so much talent. We have this window that we need to capitalize on. We needed someone with experience, and who has more experience, more winning experience than Vic Fangio. So I like it. I like from what I've been hearing from him in the pressers that we get. So, and then the players they just speak so highly of him. So I'm excited.
And finally, Nick Sirianni, the head coach. A lot of stuff going on with him, of course, via all the reports and the bougie. So, Moan, what's your thoughts on Nick?
Now you know you just saw me put that food in my mouth.
I go.
Go ahead, it's me. My bad.
I just listen. I ain't got too much to say about Nick. I ain't gonna dwell on it too much. We had a bad end of the season. If he can just accept his job, if he can be the best CEO that he can be, right? He can just come out and keep the guys motivated, do what he does best. You know what I'm saying? Keep the energy up. Keep everything rolling and make timely decisions when necessary. Keep your hands off my offense. And just do the head coaching duties as far as timeouts, possibly substitutions, things of that nature that need to be done. Yeah, you can do that. And I think we'll be good. I think when Nick Sirianni takes his hands off things and he's the team morale. He's the morale guy. I think we do better. I think we are a better team when he's just laid back and letting things happen naturally. So I'm gonna be watching that how he accepts his new role as just the CEO. I think that's where we at with it.
Mo?
Yeah, I like it. I like Nick Sirianni. We've seen so many positive things from his era. Obviously, us making the playoffs, continuing to make the playoffs, making the Super Bowl. Done a good job in the past picking coordinators. Obviously, had a little down year last year. But obviously, Shane was a really good pick. Jonathan Gannon still a big question mark. We'll see what he do. But Nick has shown so much, and the players. One thing I feel like Nick. The players, I feel like, really like Nick Sirianni. Last year, so many players was defending Nick Sirianni. AJ Brown broke his media silence just to defend Nick. Nick threw himself under the bus so many times to defend the players last season. When we were getting free agents last season and when we were getting free agents this season, so many people were saying it was because of Nick Sirianni, their relationship with Nick Sirianni. So he has a good rep in the league, especially with the players. Even here, Paris Campbell talking about Nick, and even though that was so long ago, I think Rodgers might have been talking about Nick. Somebody else was talking about Nick Sirianni, a defensive player. Shaq Leonard was on defense, even though he was a bust. He was saying his relationship with Nick is what brought him here. So Nick has a great rep around the league. He's obviously good with the players. Just need him to, take that headset off, do whatever he want to do, recruit, cheerlead. He basically need to be the recruiting coordinator, basically, at this point. he basically the recruiting coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Bring them players in here, bring them birthday cakes, hype us up during the games, but just don't touch that clipboard. That's all we need him to do. Stay away from that clipboard.
Exactly. And before we wrap up, I want to get Moan's thoughts on the our schedule as we get closer to Brazil and Green Bay. Moan, what's your thoughts on the schedule? And I saw you potentially going to Brazil for Green Bay. So what's your thoughts?
It's a good little schedule. Schedule actually played in my face a little bit because my birthday is September 5th. So Brazil was a must for me because come on, it's my birthday. The Eagles playing in Brazil. When does that happen? It don't. So I had to go to Brazil, got my tickets. Haven't got my flight yet, but got the tickets secure. So that's gonna be a lit birthday as long as I don't get mugged or beat up. But if I do get mugged or beat up, I have a story to tell y'all, So Brazil gonna be lit. It's crazy that the next week is the Falcons because obviously, we're gonna be at that game.
Yes, we will.
Dylan is a Falcons fan, so of course the Eagles Falcons, we're gonna go to that game. Right now we're split. The first Eagles Falcons game we went to, the Falcons won. The next Eagles Falcons game, Philly won. So now what's up? What's happening? We're gonna see this game. But I'm pissed because the Falcons ended up being week 2. I needed the Falcons to be any week but week 2. Any week but week 2. And the Falcons are week 2. So my account's gonna be drained. My money gonna be in the negative. My liver gonna be soaked in tequila and Trulies. And
you're gonna turn up at the tailgate because I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna turn up.
I'm not gonna be as turned up. Listen, I need everybody to know. I'm not gonna be as turned up as I was in the past. I can't turn up that hard. I can't be I'm gonna be turned up, but I'm not gonna be as turned up. I learned my lesson. But yeah, so I'm looking at the Ravens game. We're not drinking no beers. Actually,
focus, Mom. Focus.
no, because Laura Bond said that.
Hey, LB, what up, Laura Brunson?
I said Laura Bond.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, I want to go to the Ravens game. I hear a lot of people talking about going to the Ravens game. So for me, it's looking like Brazil, Falcons, Ravens. Keep those schedule back up.
Yep, no problem. Because you got Brazil, you got the Falcons, we got the Ravens.
And then I need a little late season game. Because when is Ravens? Ravens is December 1. Yep. Ravens is tough because that's the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, Thanksgiving, you be traveling, meeting with the fam. Thanksgiving, you got to buy that plane ticket back home. You know what I'm saying? So, that's going to be tough. I'm definitely going to that Ravens game. Oh, Miss Ash everybody going to be at the Ravens game.
I'm trying to go too.
Nina was talking about going to the Ravens game.
My cousin got tickets, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to turn around at Thanksgiving because I got to go to Georgia for Thanksgiving. Then I would have to come home and then turn around and go to Baltimore. That'd be crazy.
See,
but that Maryland. Listen, I need some of that Maryland seafood. I might have to make it happen.
Yep.
I need a little seafood.
I'm gonna either do Ravens or Steelers.
Yeah. So for
hopefully
me,
Ravens.
Yeah, for me, it's Falcons because it's the home game and Moan's going, and I'm going to the Cowboys game because it's Kelly Green and it's Street Rats.
See, I need somebody to fund me. I need a funder.
I'll guarantee. Look, Mo. I'll guarantee you great content if you want to sponsor. We'll guarantee full vlogging and all.
I need a sponsor to send me out because that Dallas game will be lit, and I haven't been to an Eagles Dallas game.
Trust me, it's gonna be turned up, especially with rocking the Kelly Green. Girl, you better get your ticket.
See, everybody keeps saying you better come here. You better come here. You better come here.
a Dallas fan trying to get me to fly with him to Dallas. He a season ticket holder. He like, you come to AT&T when we play. I'm like, bro, if we lose, you ain't gonna want to fly with me back to the crib.
I'm never going to Dallas until Dallas is in a tanking year, and I know that we gonna win.
It might be this year. All the drama.
Right, it might be this year.
It might be this year. So for those who don't know, let me tell you what we're going to do when it comes to the games. I'm going to Atlanta Falcons, and I'm going to Dallas. Moan's going to Falcons, Brazil, and Ravens, Moan?
See, yeah, because everybody acting like the Ravens game is. I just hear so many people saying they're going to the Ravens game, and then too, my family lives. I have my family's in DC, so I at least won't have to get no hotel or nothing.
Right.
Everybody talking about it's just too many games, y'all. It's too many games.
Too many games. Right.
The tickets is like at least 300.
Exactly, please.
At least.
Exactly. And Smitty, what
you
games
only
you
get
going
one
to?
football season a year.
Right now the only ticket I have is Cleveland.
Week 6. Is that?
Yeah. Week 6. Yep.
That's the only ticket I got right now. I have an opportunity to go to week 10. I don't know if I'm gonna take that up. I kind of feel like Moan. I'm gonna be very unbearable if I go to AT&T Stadium and we lose. And I'm looking into that Ravens game because I like Moan. I got family in Maryland, so I won't have to buy anywhere to stay. I just have to get a ticket.
Yeah.
But Lord Bond said the schedule is a little tougher. Yeah, the schedule ain't easy now.
It ain't. You got the AFC South, you got the Cowboys, and you got Green Bay and Brazil. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. You got the Rams. It is not easy. And besides, any given Sunday, the good teams always lose to the bad teams. So, yeah, that's all we can tell y'all. So let's go ahead and give our final thoughts and wrap up. Smitty, you're up.
Okay, so this is the final thoughts. All right. So final thoughts. I'm ready to, just keep the faith, man. I think this team we on a trajectory to be good. Like, comment, subscribe on all the posts. Simone came back, so I be watching on Twitter. She keep it coming for y'all, man. So y'all tap in, like, comment, subscribe. Good content coming to y'all every week, every day, as much as we can, man. We trying to give y'all our best, man, until these Eagles get back rolling. It is slow season, so all the support from y'all guys is very, very appreciated. Thank y'all so much. Eagles fly.
Yep. For me, listen, y'all, we're going to keep it up when it comes to this content coming up, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and comment to the Birds of Barstool YouTube channel. Everything is worth it. It's free 99, and I'm happy and proud of my sister. Look at the glow up one more time in that photo of Jalen freaking Hurst. It's popping, sis.
I got the master size, the medium size, and the little size.
Yep. As y'all can see, the glow up is real, so get them likes up from my sister's channel. Any final thoughts from you, Mon, before we wrap up?
Yeah, it's July. We are so close to football season. So excited. Now is the time. Training camp going to be a movie. We're just getting closer and closer to the season. It's time to start looking at them games y'all want to go to. I don't really be buying my tickets. I'll be buying my tickets late. I had to do Brazil early, but I don't be buying my tickets till late because, things change, rearrange, and so do I. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Nina, what's up, Nina? I know Nina was talking about going to the Brazil game. Not Brazil. You was talking about going to the Ravens. You still going to Ravens? Let us know. But yeah, I'm excited. This season is gonna be lit. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Good to be back on Birds.
Yes, you said.
We need Trigger Trey to pull up, but next, what was I about to say? Oh, this is the month y'all got to be tapped in because training camp is gonna be spicy. It's gonna be spicy. So y'all need to be subscribed. Y'all need to be liking. Be ready. Be here. Ain't nowhere else.
Exactly. Ain't nowhere else. You getting inside the nest, the check down. And once again, y'all, one more time, this glow up is fire. I'm telling y'all. Subscribe to my sis. She's the hardest working woman in sports.
This lady trying to eat her food. You keep throwing up on the screen.
Hit the glow up. Hit the glow up. Right.
She over there trying to eat her good food. And she like, every time I grab this food, Cool Cat throw it on the screen, bro.
My bad. All right, let me let her eat. Let me let us rock out, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Birds of Broad Street. Thank y'all. Fly, Eagles, fly, go birds. Enjoy your food. Lights out.